Hey everyone, this video is for the week 5 and 6 that I'm making retroactively. I'd say that in week 5 and 6, I'm almost drawing a blank, and that comes about from probably the brain fog and the stress really setting in. It was also, I'm sure, the time where we realized like, oh hey, there's way more here than we realized there was going to be to do. And yeah, that initial realizing that, you know, you have, like, for our timeline, 8 to 10 weekends maybe before this needs to go on the market was like, oh wow, like that means, like, you know, 8 to 10 days really maybe of being here, maybe 14 or something, that you're actually going to be here getting it done. Like, how do you possibly do this? It definitely started to feel impossible. It still does feel impossible. In that time period, you know, you're still realizing that a lot of the things that you thought you got done just were not done. As far as the insurance companies, the car companies, the car finally got picked up in that time period, so the car's gone, which is good. But yeah, I mean, luckily, like, out back here is looking a lot better. Spring is in full bloom, or just about there, and everything's done, so I'm glad to see that our work has paid off. But you know, week 5 and 6 definitely really feels like you're in the mire. It's getting to be unbelievable. You can't believe your loved one passed away, you know, over a month ago, and time is just flying by, and life's coming, and you're back at work. So, like I said, pretty much just the brain fog, just trying to get through things, get caught up, keep making a dent in week 5 and 6. Don't have a lot of specifics. I can say that definitely just too much going on. Just too much going on at that time period. There's a lot of, like, realizing, oh hey, we need to talk to a real estate agent, and then not, because you're just putting so much off. And we need to get a dumpster, we need to do all these things that, like, you know, we're just really starting to do now. This is the 8th week, I think, right now. We have another real estate agent coming now. But week 5 and 6, it was still just like, oh wow, this needs to happen, and then no one makes the call because you're doing 12 other things that day. Oh man, yep, it's exhausting. So I'm gonna say that between, you know, I know that 3rd week that I went on vacation, 4, 5, and 6 weeks for me were kind of the same. It was just coming here, realizing we don't have contractor trash bags, realizing that we ran out of materials, realizing that we need to go get boxes and start packing things up. So I feel like a lot of that was like being here, doing some work, and then having to leave again. So being prepared, maybe making some sort of a checklist of stuff before you travel to wherever the house is that you're dealing with, the estate, and then realizing that you need to go back in your car and leave again. That's frustrating. That was wasting a lot of time. You know, people show up, they need food. You know, somebody has to stop and go get lunch somewhere, and it's just all that eats into the day, and of course you want to live your life. So weeks 4, 5, and 6 are definitely trying to balance that out. You know, how long can you be here just driving yourself nuts? The clock is ticking back at your house where there's stuff to be done. You know, kids of schools, kids of sports activities, all that stuff is weighing in. But I said in the last video, you know, that time period, that 4, 5, 6 weeks right there is like, you're making a dent. It's happening. And, you know, as I show up here on, you know, the 8th week or whatever it is right now, walking into a house that's starting to get a little bit more empty every time we're here. So stick with it, keep grinding, and you'll get there. So stay tuned for the next video. I get into a little bit more concrete things about what I'm doing as we're making a dent, talking to the real estate agent, really looking around and realizing, like, what needs to happen, getting a little more focused. My personal situation is my wife will be having surgery in a couple weeks, so we'll be losing her ability to do anything physical for a while. So I'll be going solo in the coming weeks for a bit. That's certainly stressful. So yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. The brain fog has officially set in. Hope this is helping somebody. Thank you for watching.